Hey everybody, welcome to this week's session of Human Landmines. Today, Stephen and I are talking about a kinky sex survey that shows that we're not as deviant as we think, that we found on Reason.com. Free minds and free markets, desktop version, click here.
Yeah, we're not kinky at all. That's what they found out with the survey. They were trying to figure out how many people are into kinky stuff, and they realized that like 70% of people are into everything, and it's not really kink anymore. It's just regular life, which we're happy to hear on Landmines because we're into some weird shit.
Yeah, I don't even want you guys to know what my genitals have been through.
So I say we kick off with.
Well, wait. I want to start off with a couple of these facts.
Okay.
So there are 55 sexual fantasies that they listed, and only 2 of them were found to be rare, occurring in less than 2.3% of the survey population, which is 717 Quebec men and 799 women with a mean age of 30. So like sex with children and sex with animals were the only 2 out of 55 things that were found to be rare.
I think we're all happy about that.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy that people aren't trying to bang a cow or bang a kid.
Between which one was more? Oh, it just says both were less than 2.3.
Yeah, and then between the sample audience of just about 1,500 people, 9 fantasies were determined to be unusual. Urinating on or being urinated on by a sexual partner, Steven.
I don't have that.
I know, I'm just fucking with you. Cross-dressing.
Because I've watched it a couple times.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why I was saying it. Drink. Anyway, so these are the 9 fantasies that were determined to be unusual through this census. Urinating on or being urinated on by a sexual partner. Cross-dressing. Forcing someone to have sex. Sexually abusing someone who is drunk, asleep, or unconscious. Watching 2 men having sex, which is as bad as date rape. Well, I guess watching, that's kind of creepy to just watch people have sex anyway. Being naked or partially naked in a public place, having sex with 3 or more men, and having sex with a stripper or prostitute.
And what was the definition of unusual? Like, looks like up to 13%, 16%?
Yeah, okay, less than 16% of all respondents said they fantasized about these things, although there were some notable gender differences. For instance, nearly a third of women have fantasized about having sex with 3 or more men compared to 13% of men.
Yeah.
Nearly 40% of men have fantasized about fucking a sex worker compared to 12.5% of women. Men were also more likely to fantasize about forcing someone to have sex.
That makes sense.
And then, common, typical fantasies appealed to 50% or more of the respondents who deemed common.
This is the good news.
Yeah,
everyone's into all this stuff.
Yeah, so this is like how intense this sexual survey was, and me and Steven are going to go down and discuss each of the things. Do you have the article pulled up, Steve?
Yeah, I can kick it off if you want.
Go ahead.
Number 1. Sex in an unusual place, i.e. office or public toilets. That's almost everybody. That's 82% women, 82% men.
Yeah, that's like the people who aren't down with that, like, also don't want to poop at the grocery store.
That's really true.
Go ahead, the next one.
Having sex with 2 women, which Paul and I were excited to find that 37% of women are into that. And only 84.5% of men are into that. I think both those numbers are surprising.
Watching 2 women have sex. 42% of women say that they're down with that, and 82% of men, which is strange that less men
want to
watch 2 women have sex than to have sex with 2 women, and more women want to watch 2 women have sex than have sex with 2 women.
Yeah, I've met dudes who aren't into lesbian porn though. I can like see that.
I don't find much appeal to it. I feel like I have no place in there.
But you still want to watch. Oh, are you one of the 20% that don't want to watch two women have sex?
If I had to choose to go home or watch two women have sex through the holes in a fence, I'd probably watch the women have sex because that's like more interesting than going home.
Yeah. Good. Good. You don't want to be a deviant, Paul. And
No.
only 18% of people don't like doing that, so you'd be the weirdo.
Yeah, and for reals. Having sex with a stranger, 49% of women want to, and 72.5% of men want to.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Being dominated sexually, 65% of women, 53% men. Dominating someone sexually, 47% women and 60% men.
So it's more men wanting to do the dominating and more women wanting to be dominated?
Yeah, but I don't feel like it's a significant difference. 47% to being dominated. No, I'm sorry. 65% to 47%. The women is, but 53 to 60 for the men. I feel like most dudes are like, yeah, she wants to punch me in the butthole and spank my balls.
You know what?
I'm down.
The good news is, all right, so being dominated sexually is 53% men, and dominating someone is 47% of women. Those are pretty close, and I'm just glad that the pieces fit together like a puzzle like that. Like there's enough women and men to dominate each other. You know, that's great.
Now, being tied up during sexual activity, 52% women, 46% men. So there's 2% left to untie each other. Having anal sex, 32.5 men. Women. 32 and a half. That is 32 and a half. Anal sex, 32 and a half men. That is a porn waiting to happen. And then 64% of men want to have anal sex.
Yeah.
So
yeah, half the men are going to be disappointed in life.
Do you want to take
I'll take over.
last three?
I'm surprised that this is a different than two women. This is having sex with more than three women. So like, okay, it's 25% women and 75% men. So there's 10% of dudes who want to have sex with two chicks but not three. According to the earlier question, right?
Yeah.
So they just get freaked out once there's a fourth person there. That seems crazy to me.
Yeah.
Watching.
Whoa. You're saying there's going to be another girl who's naked licking butts? I gotta go.
Yeah. I was cool with Diane and Patrice, but once Marianne came in too, I had to get out.
Fucking bitch.
Watching someone undress without them knowing. 32% women, 63% men. That one surprised me a little. I didn't know that many people were into that.
I don't really get that much pleasure out of seeing someone naked if they don't know that I'm seeing them naked.
Yeah. Maybe we're the freaks, Paul. We're in the 47% that aren't into that.
Well, now I think about when I jog through the living room when I'm home alone and to the shower and my ding-dong's wagging about. Maybe my neighbor's upstairs. There's a 63% chance they're peeping through the windows of my ding-dong.
Yeah. That maybe they're having a
Hey
good time with
Jim, hey Jim, hey Brandon.
They like.
They watch the show sometimes.
The final common/typical one is having sex with more than 3 people, including men and women. So that just means you're down for an orgy either way. So 56.5% women and only 16% of men. So
girls like to go to the bathroom together. I think like when they pull out their privates, they just like to have somebody to talk to about. So it makes sense that like way more women than men want to do that because dudes like don't like it when the guy next to him in the urinal talks to him.
Yeah.
So that's how that's the rationale of the 56.5% women and 16% men on sex with more than 3 people, including men and women. That's my rationale.
I dig it. There's a few more, but they are not common. We can just go over these quickly. Being photographed or filmed during sex. Being ejaculated on by a partner. 41% of women want to be ejaculated on. That sounds right.
Yeah, and 29% of men.
Yeah, that's higher than you would think, I guess.
Does that mean like the girls squirting on them?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I bet like half the people were confused by that question.
And yeah, being photographed, or I guess, being photographed or filmed during sex had 32% women and 44% men. That's why there's so much porn.
Yeah, it's still pretty high. Next we have having sex with someone much younger, which only 18% of women, but 57% dudes. Sounds right. I would actually expect it to be more dudes.
Somebody's at my house.
It's probably a deviant trying to look at your ding dong.
Sit on the porch. We're filming a podcast. I'll be out in a minute.
Couple more. Being spanked or whipped, 36% women, 28.5% men. Being forced to have sex, 29% women and 31% of men. And then having sex with a fetish or non-sexual object, 25% women and 28% of men. Paul, what's the coolest object you've ever had sex with?
I don't know, a woman?
Oh, the feminists are gonna be mad you just said that to an object, Paul.
Hey,
we're getting.
I love feminists. I had a lot of friendly classmates in women's studies, and the only chicks who didn't like me were the rich girls.
Now you're classist too, Paul. The whole internet hates
the
you.
working poor knows how to have sex better than you rich sluts anyway.
That's right.
And I'm all about helping the blue-collar worker get an orgasm. So you guys can put me in the 16% of dudes who have sex with every gender of the working class at the same time.
That is the whole definition of America.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. You guys could think that Ryan Seacrest and Bugs Bunny are like the richest people in Hollywood, but when it comes down to it, nobody gives a shit about those people, and they don't give a shit about you. What you need to do is you need to start meeting attractive people in your economic bracket and banging each other and videotaping it and making money in the porn industry, revolutionizing yourself and your economy. Human Landmines doesn't only look out for your regular wallet, we look out for your beef wallet too.
Peace, bitches.
Crack that bottle, we're gonna take a trip on the inferno.